Today I am going to install the EVOffer power trunk in my 2018 Model 3. I'm going to start by removing the trim piece on the back of the inside cover. Now back inside the car, we remove the lower and upper trim pieces, which also just pull out. There is the lower out. And the upper. And next up, we are going to remove the existing left and right struts. So there's one removed. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the lower strut, or the lower connector to the strut. I did bungee cord the trunk up to my ceiling so it does not fall on me again while working on it. There we go. Old left strut removed. So now with both old struts removed, I am ready to install the new ones. First up, we have the left one. That pops on like so. Remove one of my bungee cords a little bit. And lower this down. And there we go. New left strut. So now if we look here, I am routing the wire the easy way, the non-drill way. I pulled up the rubber gasket here, and then I do have a 2018, so I don't have the bottom panel. So I had to fish. I just used one of the zip ties that came with it. I fished it out this way, so I can then tape these together and pull it, hopefully, through the hole down there. Alright, so I'm ready to pull here. I just taped it onto my zip tie. Made it nice and small and easy to pull. And here we go. Alright, so you can see down in there, it's coming through. It actually wasn't too bad to get it this far. Just got to get that second connector through somehow. Oh, there we go. Alright, and now over here on the right side, I connected the lower part of the strut, left the upper part disconnected for now, so it's easier to run the wires here in a few minutes. And I am ready to route the wire into the lower trunk area. So once again, I pre-fished the zip tie up through the frame of the car. Tied it down, or taped it down, and now I'm ready to pull. Alright, so now I have both sets of wires neatly tucked behind the seals here and routed into the lower trunk area. I'm both sitting down in here, and we're ready to move on to the next step. Okay, so I'm back. I had to reverse engineer a little bit some of these connectors and where they go and what the wires are for. I had the new Mark III kit, which if you follow the Mark II or 2.5 instructions, this is a great connector that you fish up through here. I was given a black connector, as well as there's a little bit different arrangement of the small module that goes up in the trunk. So for those who do have the new Mark III kit, yeah, this is what I was able to figure out and reverse engineer. This is the normally gray plug. It's, as you can see, black now. So this I still need to fish up through the hole there and through the rubber gasket. Then I'll come out through the trunk, and then that plugs into this little wire on the small module. And then the other side of the small module is now a green plug. That green plug goes with this male end of the green plug. And then the other end of that, there's two ends of that. One goes to the switch button. And the other end mostly follows the original 2.5 instructions. And plugs into the latch over here. So there's the bypass for the latch, as well as the purple wire coming out of there goes up to the locking mechanisms and that little bypass they give you for the locking mechanisms. So now that I have that figured out of what wires go where, now I need to work on the fishing. Progress update here. So I got my fishing wire very difficultly down through the rubber cover and got it out. I decided to pick up some wire lubricant for the pulled back. So that is fully covering the wire now on both ends, and now I'm gonna pull it back through. Alright, so here's where we are. I have that new wire fished all the way up in the trunk area. I have the bypass connected through here. I have the lock bypass connected back here with that yellow connector. And like I said before, that all goes into the green connector in the small box. So the small box now just has two wires going into it. The black wire, not the gray wire, the black wire from the trunk from the V3 kit, and then the green wire from this whole apparatus that includes the switch down here. So yeah, that's where we're at. I am going to double side tape this. We'll fit that up here in the trunk area. I'll get some zip ties to pull the wires out of the way. The pipe burner zip tied there. Now we have everything zip tied up out of the way. This is the wire for my button. And I have my hole drilled and my button installed here. I have a Model Y as well, so putting it in the same spot, I put it on the right hand side. And per the Mark II install video, I decided to leave the cover out for now until I can test everything out and make sure it works. So next up, we are going to start running the wires. So here I am removing the side panels on the right hand side, or in my car, passenger side. Alright, so now with the wire attached to the power bolt in the front, I can take my power tap wire, that will go in there. On the other end, you see there's a purple connector with another pronged wire coming off of it. Now we're running that CAN signal wire, so that is tapped or pushed through there. And should we go to the other side and see that coming out under the seat. Move that way forward. Let me out there. Oh yeah, there's the wire right down here. Perfect. So I'm gonna help it along, keeping it under the carpet and out of the way. And with that last bracket there. So now it's time to pull off the metal section here. There it pops. And there is my CAN bus. Okay, so with my CAN tap wire here, my CAN bus here, I can unplug it. Then plug that in there. And here to click on both sides, hopefully. Yeah, I can see it's clicked there. And connect this like so. Just tuck some of these wires out of the way. So back over here on the side, I'm now ready to run both my wires, continuing them to the back. It should be on the other side of the seat belt here. And I'm just gonna keep tucking it under the frame, or the covers here. Alright, as you can see here, I'm just going to keep tucking this all the way through here. So, with my wires run into the trunk here, I I have a long range, so I attached the grounding wire to the back frame there, rather than, because I do have the amplifier and subwoofer there. So yeah, so now we are ready to move on to removing the latch here. And so now we're ready here to attach the new latch. You can see there's a lot of play in it. So I want to get things lined up. And now I can tighten things down. Okay, so now with the new latch in place here and the motor dropped down. Alright, so now with the new latch in place here, the motor cable routes nicely back over here, and if you can see down in there, the motor's sitting down in there. Alright, so now we're ready to start making some connections. Mostly it's just color and size matching here. And just a couple more cables here. Purple and the purple. All right, and with that, let's test it out. Okay, so everything's plugged in. I did discover that I did not push the power cable far enough in, so my first test failed, but I pushed it in farther and I heard a beep from the module in the back, and now I have a red light back here. I held it down for about 5 to 10 seconds, somewhere in there, so that it started initializing, and here we go for the first test. Looks good to me. Very nice. So I am now going to tighten up some of these wires, throw some zip ties on them, sticky tape it out of the way, and get things buttoned up.